Hey everyone, it's Kayla from The Casual Crafter, and I wanted to start out by saying a huge thank you to everyone who subscribed to my channel. We hit 500 subscribers, and that's a huge milestone for me here on YouTube, so I wanted to thank you all again. I couldn't have done it without you. So if you're interested in seeing some boho/modern style DIYs using items from Dollar Tree, be sure and stick around. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's go ahead and get right into the video. So starting out, I'm going to be taking these glass shadow box type things that I got at Dollar Tree a little while ago. And I wanted to use these because they had that glass piece inside. I'm going to start out by using a trick I've used in the past to try and remove that lettering with just some 100% acetone that I also got at Dollar Tree. But as you can see here, that wasn't really working out, so I'm going to be taking this scraper that I believe I got at Walmart or something like that, and actually just scraping off that lettering. This did take a little while, but it was pretty easy to do, and if you are doing this, I recommend getting the sign that has the narrower lettering because it was a lot easier with that one. And I'm just going to continue that here with the second sign. And once those are done, I'm going to be making sure I clean off all that lettering, that black lettering, and then giving it another scrape for any areas that I might have missed. And then I'm just going to be taking this glass cleaner. I also got that at Dollar Tree if you were wondering, but I'm just going to be taking that glass cleaner as well as a microfiber cloth and wiping those down, giving them a good cleaning before I go and do anything further. Once those are all wiped down and clean, I'm going to be picking out the greenery that I want to put on these. I'm going to be starting out with this foliage pick that I got at Dollar Tree. I'm going to snip off a piece and use that. And then I'm going to be taking a couple of these palm type leaves that I got in the dollar spot at Target. I'm going to trim those down as well. Once I had those greenery pieces cut, I did lay them under a book for a couple days just to get them a little bit flatter, and I think that ultimately helped when I was gluing these down. They helped stay a little bit better. And first my idea here was to use this spray adhesive that I got at Dollar Tree and try and stick them down that way. However, that just became a big mess. It didn't dry well and you could still see the glue on it. So I ended up removing that with Goo Gone, and it was kind of a pain in the butt to do, so I wouldn't recommend using the spray adhesive if you're going to do a project like this. So then I just had the idea to use some hot glue to stick these down in just a couple areas. And this seemed to work really well. It held really well as well, and I think it turned out really nice. I think these look really nice and modern, and they only cost a few dollars to make. So up next, I'm going to be taking some of these wooden dowels that I got at Dollar Tree. I believe they're about 6 inches long. And I'm just going to be measuring these out to about 1.5 inch segments. And then cutting those down with these miter shears, actually at an angle. If you don't have these, I don't think it's really necessary for this project. I thought it just helped me to fit my segments together a little bit cleaner, but I don't think it's really necessary. And then I also, if you can see over there, I have a vase that I also got at Dollar Tree. And I don't know if you've seen the caged vases, but that's what we're going to be making here. Then I'm just going to be hot gluing these into a hexagon shape. Now I'm going to be measuring some of those dowels into 2.5 inch segments so I can make an upper portion as well. And then I'm going to glue those into a hexagon shape again. Once those are together, I'm going to be connecting them just with that full dowel length between. So what I found easiest was gluing them all down to the one hexagon and then moving them around a little bit because the hot glue was kind of movable, and then gluing them all to the other larger hexagon afterwards. Obviously, if you wanted a stronger hold, you could use a different type of adhesive, but I don't think I'm going to be moving this around very much, so I didn't think it was really necessary. And now I'm just going to be covering that with a good layer of black acrylic paint, making sure I get in all those nooks and crannies and all the areas that you can see. And I think this turned out really well, and it looks really modern and looks like those caged vases that might be made out of metal. But here I just have it styled with some pampas type grass, and I think it turned out really nice. Up next, I'm going to be taking this clear tray that I got at Dollar Tree. I'm going to be removing the sticker off the back. And then I'm going to be taking, I believe, 4 packs of this decorative nautical rope that you can get at Dollar Tree. This was the 9.5 foot ones, so if you can find a longer length, I would definitely try to use that. You can get more bang for your buck. But I'm just going to be starting out by gluing that and wrapping it around as I go. This DIY is actually very similar to a DIY that I saw Liz from Liz Fenwick DIY do on her channel. I'll leave a link to her video and her channel up in the eye and down below, so be sure and check her out. So I'm just going to continue wrapping that around, just hot gluing as I go, just to give it a good hold as I go around. When I get to the end, I'm just going to be hot gluing along that edge there. And then I'm just going to trim it off and kind of line it up best I can. And here I'm just going to be taking a lighter just to get off any of that fraying pieces, and it helps really give a better texture to the rope altogether. And now I'm just taking a scrap piece of paper and just cutting a triangle out of it. And here I'm going to be taking some painter's tape, and I'm going to be tracing that triangle a bunch of times, just so that I can have triangles that I'm able to cut out. So now I'm just going to be cutting out those triangles that I traced onto there. And peeling them off best I can, making sure to not peel them completely apart. And just placing them around on my rope tray in kind of a sun type formation. And obviously where that painter's tape is will not get painted, so I'm going to be going in with this black acrylic paint and just painting all those areas on the outside edge. I decided to leave the middle the rope color as well, just because I liked how that looked. And once I'm done filling in all those nooks and crannies with the black acrylic paint, I'm going to be taking off the painter's tape. And you can see here it leaves me with kind of a sun type look, and I think it looks really nice and high end. I think this looks really nice as a backdrop. You could hang it on a wall with other baskets or something, or you could even add handles to the side and make it into a tray, a functional tray that you might want to use. But I think this turned out really nice and looks really high end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure and like and comment down below what your favorite item I made today was, or what you want to try and make yourself. Also, if you haven't already, be sure and check me out over on Instagram. It's at The Casual Crafter. And if you've made it this far in the video, be sure and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And thanks again. Bye!